All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol Nndm, Nano Dimensions. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we jump into this chart, I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that I have a new ticker symbol you won't want to miss towards the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. We're going to look at its chart, a small brief section of an article talking about its innovation and product and why there's potential moving forward. I'm going to share all that information towards the end of this video. You definitely want to add this one to your watch list. So here we are with Nano Dimensions. Nndm stock had a run, broke through resistance, brought itself back up, and almost hit new highs, right? It recently hit new highs, but almost worked its way back up to these numbers. And it started to get rejected as it was getting closer to $17. But in the last few weeks, it has broken through a new high here and slightly got above 1623 and brought itself right back down to 1602. So we're going to move our resistance and support to its new location. And I want to go ahead and update you guys on Nano Dimensions positions here, right, in ARK Invest ETF. So let's see here. So this is the 5th for ARK Q on the 5th, right? The 5th was Friday, right? So here we are. 7,182,363 shares. Now, when we go ahead and move over to today, they have 7,022,033 shares. Now, what I'm seeing here with Nano Dimensions for this part is pretty interesting. So Nano Dimensions in ARK W on the 5th was 4,504,922 shares, and today it's 4,660,790 shares. So when you look at the difference from here to here, there's a 160,000 share difference, right, between Friday on ARKQ and ARKQ again today. Now on ARKW, you go from here to here, that's almost 160,000 share difference. Now, it's about 156 shares, right? 156,000 shares, better said. And when you look at that difference, some selling happened here, but I believe reallocating has happened here. So they transferred some over here because I've seen ARK Invest do this where the numbers kind of align, they're pretty close, and it makes sense. And I've seen them do it with Tesla. They do it a lot. So could that have been a transfer over? Possibly. And if not, what they did was they sold from ARKQ and they bought for ARKW, right? From Friday to today. And then ARKQ, right? It went down 160,000. So it's pretty interesting that the numbers are roughly close. They're not exactly to the T, but pretty interesting to me. And there's some that are off by a little bit, which probably got sold. Or like I said, it could be a transfer, or they sold on one of the ETFs and they added to the other. I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts on this one because I've caught it before. But now ARK Invest is being more confusing than ever with all these ETFs and the ups and downs. And I've noticed a lot, which is what I've been watching with ARKQ, is that when the stock goes down, they load up on some shares. And when it starts to go up like it did today, they unload some shares. And they take some profits, I guess. I'm assuming. Because every single time when it went down, they loaded up. Now it went up, they sold. Here, it was like kind of hanging out sideways. They sold, right? And they started to buy it on the way down. So very interesting if that could be reallocating, or was it selling and buying, or both. I look forward to seeing what your guys' thoughts are on it. But let's go ahead and see here what's going on with the chart. So the 50-day moving average is 1529. As long as we're above it, we're in bullish territory. If we're below it, we're in bearish territory. 1602 is currently the price of the stock, and right here is our first support level to look at, and that's 1586. If that gets broken through, we need to watch carefully how the stock is reacting from support level to the 50-day moving average and see if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast, reaching newer lows and getting closer into bearish territory. So we definitely need to watch this carefully and see how it's reacting if it breaks through support. Now, resistance is 1665. If 1665 gets broken through, the bulls can continue this momentum that they've created here and continue to pull further away from the 50-day moving average in the upward direction. Now, I do want to emphasize, this is the highest point reached in this bullish run. There's been a slight pullback, and the bulls try to reappear on the way down to bring it back up, and they missed it by 1 cent. So, this is a very important resistance level going into the next few days and how the stock continues to react. So, the bulls need to break through this. I want to emphasize that and turn that into a support to work its way up to newer highs and new resistance levels. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Stay tuned till the end because I have a new ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to add it to your watch list. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys has some indirect and direct correlation to COVID-19 vaccines. Now, I know that we're all focusing on vaccines, and that's what the hype is, and that's what we really center our focus on when it comes to COVID-19. But there's also other companies doing other innovations that are helping and assisting with the treatment of COVID-19, not just the vaccine. So let's look at this stock, and we're going to read a little part of an article that came out last week, and we're going to look at its chart. So the ticker symbol is LIFE, Life. And this company has ran today. I found it over the weekend. I wanted to watch it closely, right? And it had already started the run last week. I wanted to look for some consolidation, right? It was around the 390 range. On the 3rd, the 4th, it took off. The 5th, it kind of was sitting at $5 and some change. And it took off today again, reaching $8. Now, I really want every single investor to look for some consolidation or a slight pullback, if it's a healthy one, to watch closely moving forward how this reacts. But this is kind of more of a speculative one, because when we zoom out, you know, this has ran up before and it comes right back down. And this is the most recent skyrocket, right, that we've seen this happen. So we want to look for some type of consolidation and also some more confirmation on this one. Again, this is very speculative. It's in the health field, but supposedly it's doing wonders when it comes to the treatment and everything it does. So let's see here. Although the company stock price is trending at just $391, which is where it was at before the 4th, this is an innovative approach to creating therapies, has many investors banking on life, right, in the long haul. So they're saying that this isn't just a speculation short term. There could be some long-term opportunity here. Well, we're already seeing the run. We need to see if this is going to cool off or if it's going to continue. Now, with clinical activity at most major pharmaceutical companies back on track, this company itself is currently a lead candidate in the phase 2 trial of ATYR1923. This drug is designed to help COVID-19 patients that have respiratory issues. And that's a big deal with the whole process of the COVID-19. So treatment is also getting better. This is actually a pretty optimistic and hopeful outlook for the way we're going to treat COVID in the near future. And also vaccines are being rolled out. So that's another thing as well. So yes, vaccines we're all focused on, but treatment is spectacular as well, helping more people cure faster and also have less respiratory issues due to what this drug is supposedly doing according to this article and what their trials are showing. Now, the success of this trial results are expected to release at the end of 2020, which were already released, and we're already seeing it in the chart how it was hanging out kind of sideways. It could create a large revenue stream for the company in the next year. In addition, this company itself has a number of promising projects in the pipeline. These include the NRP2 science to treat fibrotic lung disease and cancer. So they're doing way beyond just COVID-19 patients that are having respiratory issues. They have other innovations and other drugs coming their way and opportunities to dominate in these sectors. So when you think about it, yeah, it had a run towards the end of 2020. You could see it here in December, and then it came right back down. It ran right back up in January, and this is the largest run that we've seen the stock have within all this speculation and hype. And now it's becoming more of an official type of information. This was hanging out at around 390, right? Right before it ran up on the 4th, then on the 5th, and here we are on the 8th. So long term, could this continue? Possibly. That's why this is one that you definitely want to do some research on. But a lot of analysis price targets is what I would really tell you guys to look deeper into, because there's some room here still according to the analysis ratings that are out there. I've seen as high as $15 and as low as $12 to $11. So if anybody wants to correct me on that or share under analysis ratings that you find, you guys are more than welcome to down below. For now, it's seeming speculative in the sense of how it's ran up. We want to look for a slight pullback, which could be healthy, or some consolidation, but there's room in the uptrend going into this year by the fact that these phase trials, especially phase trial 2, is looking so good, and it's actually helping patients, which is going to be a big change when it comes to the treatment, right, opportunity of COVID-19. Vaccines, big stuff, but the treatment as well is nice to focus on and know that companies are out there making these moves. So this is something else to not overlook and pay close attention to moving forward. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.